Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phone with Mr. Ahmed Badr, tourism expert. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you and all the audience. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, sir. Well, sir, could you give us an idea about this latest discovery in Saqqara?
Well, Saqqara is still giving us every day almost a new discovery. It's known, it was one of the main necropolises in ancient Egypt, places for burial for royalties and nobles and high-ranked employees and commanders in ancient Egypt. That was during the entire history of ancient Egypt, starting from the Old Kingdom, even before, through the Middle Kingdom and the New Kingdom, and all the way to late periods of ancient Egypt. So definitely there is also more to come. And with each discovery we see and have every day, this gives us a more clear picture and more information and add to the puzzle of the Egyptian civilization. History is just like a puzzle. With each discovery, with each new thing, you add one piece to this puzzle. And throughout the years, we had more to your knowledge about the history in general, especially for Egyptian civilization, which is considered the biggest and most important civilization in the history of mankind. They gave us really huge knowledge in almost every aspect of life. So definitely this discovery and the discoveries before and the discoveries to come, they help us understand more and more and more about our history.
Yes. Mr. Badr, so what do we expect more from this area in the Saqqara, more discoveries? Because every now and then we find discoveries coming out from this area in Saqqara. So what do we expect after this?
We're expecting more discoveries, of course. Most of them, I would say, they will be more important to archaeology itself, to Egyptology itself, not to tourism. Of course, they will help tourism, by having Egypt on the news with the discoveries. This gives a good idea about Egypt, and it's stable, and it's, like a free publicity. But mostly, this is more. Will benefit more to the history itself, to the science itself. Which is, again, this is something more important. And who knows? Maybe one day we have a big discovery like the discovery of King Tut 100 years ago. That was a worldwide event that the whole world was talking about for years and years, and until today, people are talking about this. People want to know the secrets of King Tut. People want to go and visit and see his entire collection at the Grand Egyptian Museum, when it's open, hopefully soon. I think maybe by the end of this year or the next year. People are really anxious about coming to Egypt to see it. So who knows? Maybe, and I hope, we can find a discovery of this level one day in Saqqara or maybe somewhere else that will make Egypt, on the top news for years and years.
Yes. So, Mr. Badr, also, how can we promote or take benefit from this recent discovery in order to promote more for the antiquities in Egypt?
Well, again, as I mentioned, having the news of new discoveries in the news and foreign channels, they are really keen about covering these news worldwide. So definitely having Egypt in the news in a good way, that will benefit us. And well, I hope for the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, they consider one day for the some of the travelers and tourists who love adventures to go and visit these sites, these archaeological sites. You know, some of the tourists, they love to have the sense of the discovery itself. They want to learn, and this is something you can find in some countries around the world. People go to see the archaeological places. They pay a handsome amount to enter these places. It's like donations or entry fees or whatever you call it, and they live the whole experience of being archaeological experts. They teach them how to handle the place, how to discover. It's a nice thing to be done. So definitely,
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Mr. Ahmed Badr, tourism expert. Thank you.